You're going to need your Ray-Bans for this week's review. It's bling time with a limited edition SAA from the boys and girls and those who don't have a pronoun from Umarex. Hello and welcome to AAR on Air. This week is a version limited and individually numbered out of 1200 of a favourite of mine, the Colt Single Action Army Smoke Wagon version. Now, this is quite probably going to be a Marmite thing, so the comment section is likely to get a battering. Now, the first thing that came to my mind was, what is a smoke wagon? Some sort of burger van? Can't be. They didn't have those back in the 1880s. Then someone played me a clip from the film Tombstone with Kurt Russell, and there was the phrase, "Skin that smoke wagon and we'll see what happens," referring to his revolver. Smoke refers to the black powder being used, and wagon refers to a pistol or a weapon. Not bad. You come to an Airgun channel and you get history lessons around slang in the 19th century. Anyway, back to this revolver. If you know me, you know how I do like the Single Action Army and the whole feel of it, the weight, the mechanism, and the action, and of course the history. So when I got hold of the Smoke Wagon version, most of what I like and enjoy was already built into this revolver. Let's do a walk around and a few stats, shall we? It is 275mm long and tips the scales at 867 grams. Talking metric seems wrong on such a historic item. So that's 10 3/4 inches and £1 14.5 ounces. It is mostly metal with a pearl handle effect with an ace of spades inlay on both sides, giving reference to the card-playing, gambling, open range for lawless outlaws of the Old West. This is certainly bright with its silver finish and gold hammer, gold cylinder and gold trigger. The cylinder matches perfectly to the 6 included gold shells. This, to me, is more of a collector's revolver and will either find itself under the bed for future generations, or quite possibly in a deep frame on the wall. And I must admit, it really wouldn't look out of place on the wall in my office. This limited edition is the BB version, but is quite capable of firing pellets using the same shells. This will of course reduce the risk of ricocheting, yet often, even with a non-rifle barrel, the BB versions are slightly more accurate than the pellet versions. That said, these are not a target type gun. They are for fun and back garden plinking, keeping the old tin cans well in order. These have a front post sight, but simply use the groove in the top for the rear sight. They really are a close replica, even down to the loading and unloading action of the shells. And the stages of the hammer pull, allowing you to go off half-cocked. They are, as the name implies, single action and with a single stage trigger. This does, however, have a safety on the underside that the original certainly didn't have. No bad thing if you have children in the house. They are indeed very stiff, which again is no problem, not in my mind. Loading the shells is simply a case of dropping in your preferred ammo into the back of the shell, then drop the shell back into the cylinder. Loading the 12 grams CO2 is done by removing the left-hand side of the grip from the recess at the bottom, then pop in your 12 gram CO2 and tighten with the hex key that is built into the grip. which is terrific because then you don't have an external hex key to lose. Pop the handle back on, grip, and you're away. Let's get this over to the chronograph, shall we, and see what the power output is. Not that I'm looking for anything like a high figure. This is for plinking after all. Using 5.3 grain BBs, it saw 378 feet per second, which is 1.68 foot-pounds, or 2.28 joules. Then I thought I'd try some pellets, starting with the 7.87 grain JSBs. It saw 341 feet per second, which is 2.03 foot-pounds, or 2.76 joules. Then, just for good measure, I tried some 8.44 grain pellets, and it saw 308 feet per second, which is 1.78 foot-pounds, or 2.41 joules. So not bad at all, really. Certainly enough for its intended use. Talking of which, let's get this outside and give it a go down the range. Smoke Wagon. Well, if you haven't seen the film, you need to watch it because that'll explain everything. Now, I've already said so many times, I love the SAAs 45s, these Colts. I think they're beautiful. They've got such a tremendous action. I could do that all day long without even loading it, but they are still great fun to use. This is very blingy. You need sunglasses, but you need sunglasses today anyway, so that's great. And we're going to see just how good they are. They're for plinking, they're for tin can busting. So I'm not going to put 7-Ups or anything else because that's not in keeping with the period. So we've got proper bean tins, y'all. I'm not going to say anything else about Native Americans because somebody's going to pull me up on it, so I won't say that this time. But let's have a go, shall we, at these bean tins. Let's see how we do. Ah! I did hit it. I'm out. So that's not too bad. I think I've got a challenger though who's prepared to take me on. Let's have a go, shall we? Well, if you do, then you won't be able to see the target. You need to pull it back first, single action. Why is it not what? It is. It is. You're aiming high, I think. Is that all your 6? Let's have another go. Try that. Yeah! Look at that! I'm gonna 5. 2 more. Ah. I think you're out. So, how many did you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which is not bad going for a 6-shooter.
Not bad going to say I only hit 3.
You do realise from here on in you're not going to be known as Mrs. AAR. You're going to be known as Annie Oakley. So go on. Give me a good reason why you wouldn't have one of these. Absolutely love it. And the next phrase is? Back to the studio.
I was going yeehaw.
Yeehaw! Okay. I do like a single action army Colt. These are certainly for someone though who likes them a la bling rather than the Puritan who wants an exact replica that's weathered and battle worn, as it were. The price on this Limited edition, don't forget, is around £260 UK, which for something so well made and in limited quantities isn't a huge amount of money in this day and age. And I can see collectors wanting one of these at that kind of price. I must admit, I do love an SAA, and I do own a few. And this adds to that SAA range nicely. Hopefully you've enjoyed this review. If you have, please give us the old thumbs up, subscribe, click the alarm notification bell, take a moment to check out the AAR Green Air Project. There have been some very supportive and positive comments from people who fully realise what we're trying to achieve. Your help in this is very much appreciated. The direct links are in the notes below and on the AAR On Air website. There is a new line of merch on the website, and all net proceeds are going to the Green Air Project. A big thank you to Vector Air, and especially to Ashley for getting hold of this week's Smoke Wagon Colt. If you get a chance, it's worth taking a look at the Tombstone movie. As always, the biggest thanks goes out to you guys for watching and supporting us. That's it for this week. Stay safe and shoot safe, and hopefully, partners, I'll see you next week. Bye for now. It's a bit bright though. Love it.